the Star in Frisco in the Globe Live studios. Welcome to Hit Sticks with Isaiah Stanback, with Barry Church. We got a little bit of a homecoming feel to this episode. BC and his Toledo Navy and gold. You've got Isaiah Stanback rocking Seattle. He's a Seattle guy. Well, I've got a homecoming coming this weekend. How about this? Ezekiel Elliott. We still love Zeke around these parts, but this time he comes back as a part of the New England Patriots. The Cardinals got the better of the Cowboys this week. The Patriots are going to try and do the same in Week 7. Let's hit it with Hit Sticks, Madden NFL 24. Let's get after it here in Week 4. It wasn't pretty for the Dallas Cowboys in Week 3 of the NFL season. Final score 28-16 as they fell to the Arizona Cardinals. But if they're going to rebound this week against the New England Patriots, they'll have to do so by looking at the film. And that's exactly what we're going to do here on the interception in the red zone. Of course, you've got Dak Prescott back here at quarterback. Takes the snap, looks over the middle of the field, and he does not see Kazir White right there on the middle. He's there for the interception. That's the all-22 look. We're going to recreate it in Madden NFL 24. So you've got the same two key members of this. Dak Prescott here, Kazir White is there. Can Dak Prescott throw it over the middle here, Isaiah, in the red zone comfortably, or is this a play that should be completely thrown out of the playbook whenever they look at this again?
Well, you know what? I think the scheme was actually correct. How they drew it up on paper was correct. How they probably ran it in practice was correct. How they executed it in the game was not. So we're going to try to recreate that a little bit right here and see what B. Cooks can do.
Let's get it.
Ooh, all right, so you guys saw right there, he decided to not get on a jugs machine this week, but I'm going to go ahead and run it back to the replay anyways. This is pretty much what happened, okay? I'm going to show you guys exactly what Dak and Coach McCarthy and B. Shotty were all looking at. Right here we have B. Cooks on the left-hand side, all right? Now what he's looking at is he's coming and he's going to run his over route on the nearest linebacker, okay? So as he comes across, he wants to find the nearest linebacker, and then he's going to set, like he's going to try to run across his face. But once that linebacker jumps, he wants to then split these two high safeties. You have two safeties. As long as they stay wide, you have a big gaping hole right here. That's why I said on paper, it looks nice. In practice, when you're holding up the little scout cards, it looks nice. But in the game, as we play it through, okay, you guys see, boom, right here. All right, you guys now see that he's running it, bow. Right here, he's trying to run it off this middle linebacker right here. He should have gone here and then went up. But just like in the real life, okay, he did not run a precise route. He ran it kind of over the top. When you run that over the top, now it doesn't look like a shallow cross. Now the safety is going to get involved. So even if White did not pick this off, it was a high probability that one of these other two safeties were going to get to it as well. As you see it, boom, played through. He had the dropsies. But just like in real life, the safety was right there to back him up. It's one of those plays, again, great game plan. Great job by Coach McCarthy. Bad execution by Cooks and Dak Prescott.
Pretty accurate representation of what happened in the red zone on Sunday. But when we come back here on Hit Sticks, we're going to try and recreate the pressure that the New England defense is going to bring to the table. Why is this one of the best defenses in the National Football League? We'll tell you when we come back with more Hit Sticks.
Cowboys Hit Sticks, presented by Madden NFL 24, is also brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors, the official sporting goods retailer of the Dallas Cowboys, and by AT&T, official sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys. This segment is brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors, official sporting goods retailer of the Dallas Cowboys.
One of the top defenses in the NFL comes to town this week as the New England Patriots enter Week 4 against the Dallas Cowboys at AT&T Stadium. This is going to challenge the Cowboys offense like they haven't been challenged to this point. We've talked about a complete front seven with New York and, well, New York. The Giants and the Jets both had solid front sevens, but we haven't talked about a secondary as deep. A rotation of that front seven as deep is what New England has. They are in the conversation, Barry. How are they going to challenge this Dallas offense?
Not only does this New England defense have dogs, when you talk about Matt Judon, you talk about Gonzalez on the corner, but they're one of the most disciplined defenses in all of football. I mean, when you look at Coach Belichick and what he's been able to do over the years, his defense is always disciplined. And what they do best is they take away the opponent's best answer. So to me, that's taking away CeeDee Lamb. We know he's been that #1 guy so far this season, and you got to take away Tony Pollard as well, because when he gets going, this offense is hitting on all cylinders because they're balanced. So to me, we're going to take away CeeDee Lamb. You're an 11 personnel, so I'm assuming a pass is coming. Could be a run. We've seen it before in the past, but I'm assuming a pass is coming. So we're going to take away CeeDee Lamb, show some safety help over top, and we'll see if Dak Prescott can see what type of coverage we have underneath. We know he's struggled a little bit so far this season when you talk about reading coverages underneath. So we're going to make the waters a little bit muddy and try to take away what he does best.
Well, I'm glad you're going to try to do that, man, because over here, you know what I'm saying, the offense did not have their best week. They were able to move the ball but did not get it in the end zone once they got in the red zone. So I foresee, okay, my Miss Cleo hat on, I foresee the offensive line being back intact, meaning that all 5 starters are back. So knowing that Matthew Judon is an absolute dog, and you know he can come out there and put some pressure on you, I like to take the attack to the bullies.
Oh,
yeah, so,
okay.
So I want to get TP going. I'm going to take the attack right to Judon. We're going to see if you can stop it.
Okay. Okay, all right. There's that man.
Cut up in that thing.
Mama, there goes that man.
All right, let's see what happened here. Okay, we're going to run it back real quick on a quick replay.
Back.
I think we had an opportunity. So Matthew Judon right there on the right side of your screen, okay, at the defensive end position. All right, now you have 2 things you can do. You can either go away from dominant players like this, or you can go directly at them. I'm choosing to go right at them. Okay, so there you go. Fergie right there. Bam, does a good job of locking in on him, okay? I should have got right up in the seam. I should have hit the hole, but I didn't hit the hole, okay? So I made things difficult for Tyler Smith, right? By doing that, I got caught up on the edge, and I played right in the hands of Matthew Judon. But I think that's the best course of attack in terms of trying to slow a guy like him down.
And this is what makes Matt Judon so special out there. When you have a tight end blocking him, he has those long wickets. So if we run the play a little bit here, we'll see what happens when you try to one-on-one block Matt Judon with a tight end. As you see, Ferg did a good job at the beginning, but the long arms. You see it right there. The long arms pushes Ferg back, throws him off, and is able to make the play. That's what makes Judon so special out there. He's able to do both things, rush the passer and set the edge in the run game. This defense is disciplined. It's going to be a task for Dak Prescott in this offense.
But I'm not going to let you end up like that.
You ain't going to let it slide
we're
like
running
that?
it back.
One and all, can't go one and all?
No, you can't go run and done. So, you know, that was a run play. Okay, so let me see what I can make happen in the passing game. I'm going to tell you right
switch
now.
things up myself.
Oh, you're going to change it up a little bit.
I got confidence on the outside now.
So
There ain't no too high. There's no too high.
You're going single high.
We'll see what happens.
Since you're going single high, I'm going to make my adjustments.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to make my
What you
adjustments.
got
Okay,
going
I'll
on?
bring Gallup in over here. Yes. Add him to the slide as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to overload your secondary over there.
He's slim.
Oh.
All right.
Got him.
Oh, no, Coach.
Let's go.
No, Coach. Not the We're out the gate. We're out the gate. No, sir, Coach.
Dash, you got to throw a better ball than that.
got
Okay.
to.
Hey, kudos. Give it up to BC real quick, okay? But I'm going to show you guys exactly what I was aiming for. As soon as he went single high, I felt good about it, okay? I want you guys to look directly over here at Mr. Brandon Cooks in the slot, okay? He's splitting the difference between CeeDee Lamb and Michael Gallup. With the single high safety right there, Michael Gallup's sole job is to get off the ball, number 1, okay? As soon as he gets off the ball, I'm going to go ahead and bump it up so you guys can see exactly what's going on from the safety's perspective. Bam, okay, so I'm going to swing it around. Whoop. All right, here we go. All right, so now you guys can see it from his perspective. I want Michael Gallup, okay, if Kyle can hit it on the slant bow, right at this safety. By him running right at this safety, now all of a sudden look at the space that Cooks has. That's the hole that I'm trying to hit versus single high. That's the weakness of a single high safety, all right? And whenever it's cover 3 or cover 1, all right, my fault on that, boom. You guys see it? Just didn't get it over there, but who got this interception right? Who did it? Who did it?
It was Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, he did. So, yeah. Made a good play. But I'm going to go ahead and let BC talk it out.
If we can run it back, I just want to highlight one matchup that the Cowboys have got to take advantage of when it comes to this Sunday. If we can go to the tight end position over here. We go to Ferguson. We see this guy. He's a two-way player when it comes to blocking and running routes out there. But this matchup is what they have got to take advantage of, because if you see somebody one-on-one with Ferg, you got to take advantage of it. Let's run the play a little bit. You see right here, He completely loses the linebacker quick. He's running it over. He's scot-free, wide open. So to me, that's one of the matchups that the Cowboys have got to take advantage of. Use your pass-catching tight end against the linebackers of the Patriots, and I think good things will come for the Cowboys this Sunday.
So that's exactly how the defense from New England, whether it's Christian Gonzalez, Matthew Judon, or whoever it might be, will continue to challenge this Dallas offense. When we come back here on Hit Sticks, how will they stop, well, this guy, Ezekiel Elliott? I wore the shirt for a reason. We talk about the Patriots run game when we come back and how Dallas can slow them down.
This segment was brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors, official sporting goods retailer of the Dallas Cowboys.
Of course, it's a homecoming episode of Hit Sticks from the Star in Frisco. I'm Kyle Youmans with Barry Church and Isaiah Stanback. It's a homecoming for Ezekiel Elliott as well. Of course, he spent really the majority of his career with the Dallas Cowboys. He's still very much so beloved in this organization, and for the first time, he will come back as an opponent. Both he and Ramondre Stevenson will continue to challenge this run defense that allowed 222 yards on the ground last week against Arizona. So Barry Church, how do you have success against Zeke, Stevenson, no matter who's in the backfield for the Patriots running the ball?
Well, defensively, we got to get better against the run. I mean, 222 yards against the Arizona Cardinals, that's not going to cut it at all. And this is supposed to be the strength of this team going forward. But I need this defense to do two things. One, on the interior defensive line, I need Odigizua, Mozzie Smith, Neville Gallimore, who's ever in the game. You've got to remain disciplined. Not only hitting your gaps against the run, but also making sure those offensive linemen don't get to the second level. They're not in the face of Vander Esch. They're not in the face of Damone Clark. And secondly, talking about those linebackers, I need Clark, I need Vander Esch to come downhill. All right, there was too much catching last week against Arizona. You saw James Conner falling forward for plenty of leaky yardage, extra 2-3 yards here and there. You saw more gashing the defense up the middle. I need these linebackers to be a little bit more decisive, a little bit more downhill, and then when you arrive at the point of attack, force those guys backwards. All right, you understand what Zeke is. He's a downhill 3 yards in the cloud of dust runner. You gotta hit this guy square in the mouth and push him backwards. Let's see if we can do that here in Madden.
All right. You got to see old Ezekiel Elliott here, number 15 in the backfield. He's going to be hyped up. He's going to be
you already know it.
All right, and these guys know how to run the ball. You see the two tight end set. They like to use both of their good tight ends, good old Hunter Henry and Mike Gesicki. We're going to see what we can make it do.
Let's go.
Ooh, there he is.
Once again, I just don't like it. I don't like the situation that the linebacker showed right there. Let's go ahead and hit it from the replay standpoint. And let's get it from the linebacker's perspective. So I'm going to go over here to Vander Esch. I'm going to go swing it around right here. And when I talk about being downhill, you got to be decisive.
Yeah.
As we see right here, Vander Esch, we snap the football. He's twinkle-toeing right now. He's just pitter-pattering. You got to be downhill. The hole's already declared itself right there. You got to go downhill. I chose the wrong hole, a little bit of a user error. Great block on the seal by the tight end. You see Damone Clark coming over the top of that. If we go over here to Damone Clark, he's coming over the top to try to fill that gap. But by that time, it's a little bit too late. There's already 4 or 5 yards. We cannot have that come Sunday. We need these linebackers to be downhill. Let's look at the defensive line and see what we got on that situation right there as well as we fast go up here to Mozzie Smith a little bit. And there we go. He does a great job taking on a double team right there, and he doesn't let them get to the second level. Yeah. So I'm improved with, I like what I see right there from the improvement of Mozzie Smith, not letting those guys get to the second level, holding the point of attack right there. But linebackers, we've got to come downhill and make that 5-yard gain a 1 or 2 yard gain.
And just how the Patriots will challenge the Cowboys on Sunday on the ground. They're also going to try and get after DaRon Bland again, as did Arizona. The Cardinals tested him. Patriots will test him as well. We'll talk about DaRon Bland, how he can rebound in Week 4 when we come back. Welcome back into Hit Sticks at the Star in Frisco, where now we will highlight DaRon Bland in the secondary for that Dallas Cowboys defense. Who else highlighted DaRon Bland? It was the offensive staff from the Arizona Cardinals. They went at DaRon Bland on multiple occasions, making him think throughout that game in Week 3 of the NFL season. So we're going to do the same thing here on Madden. We're going to highlight DaRon Bland. We're going to focus on that side of the field because he goes from the inside to the boundary. How does that change things from a cornerback standpoint, Barry?
Well, yeah, DaRon Bland, he struggled a little bit on his debut at the outside corner because things develop a little bit later on the outside. When he's used to the inside corner, things happen quick, so you can get your eyes back up on the quarterback even if you're in man coverage. When you're on the outside, it takes a little bit longer for those developing routes, and you got to keep your eyes on your luggage just a little bit further. To me, I'm going to harken back to my time when I was with the Cowboys and we had Morris Claiborne, who was also a young corner out there who struggled in man-to-man coverage on the outside. What we did is we just sprinkled a little bit of safety help over the top. Now, we didn't do it all the time, but when it was a for sure passing down, maybe third and long, second and long, we had a little bit of safety help over the top. Now, the reason you don't want to do that all the time is because with Dan Quinn's defense, it takes the aggressiveness out of it. And we all know he loves to be aggressive defensively. So to me, this is only in for sure passing downs, but we're going to have Hooker over the top of DaRon Bland out there. And yes, he's a ball hawk for sure. And we're going to let DaRon Bland use his aggressiveness out there, put hands on him, knowing if you get beat off the line of scrimmage, you still have that help over top. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and put DaRon Bland pressed up with a little bit of flavor on the inside.
Kendrick Bourne?
On Kendrick Bourne, he got help over top. Just do not let Bourne cross your inside face because you have no help on the inside. All right, you have no help. So use your aggressiveness, get your hands on him, knowing you got Hooker over the top to help you.
Well, I can tell you, KB is about to try to make another episode of the Bourne Identity because that's where he's trying to get the ball in his hands right about now. Here comes Mac Jones coming at you, quick, fast, in a hurry. Let's get it see.
Little play action. That rush is coming. Ooh,
go get it. Go get it.
Let's go. You love to see it. You love to see it.
We had a chance. All right, let's run it back real quick. Okay, let's see what you were talking about with Mr. DaRon Bland. Go ahead and walk him through it, BC.
All right, so let's go ahead on to the outside where Bland was. As you see right here, I'm in two-man, which means underneath coverages or underneath that wide receiver because you have safety help over the top. And as you see, I shaded Bland a little bit on the inside because he has no help in there. So as long as he forces Bland to the outside and stays underneath, he's in perfect position. And as we see right there, even with the double move, you see the eyes. You see the eyes. There's improvement already with DaRon Bland's game. His eyes are on his luggage, on that low hip pocket. And as we play a little bit more, we see Bourne turn up the field, but there's no worries because you got that man Hooker over the top doing his responsibilities. That's exactly how you help a young corner develop confidence on the outside. Hopefully we see some of that come Sunday.
Kendrick Bourne, Jason Bourne, it doesn't matter. DaRon Bland is in for a big-time rebound week against the New England Patriots. You heard it here first on Hit Sticks. Of course, whenever Barry Church throws his wrinkle into it, it's going to help things out. That's what it's all about here on Hit Sticks and Madden NFL 24. But when we come back, we go guys versus the game. Does the loss against Arizona change Madden's mind about this Cowboys team, and how did they pick their Week 4 matchup with the Patriots? Welcome back into Hit Sticks at the Star in Frisco. We have Isaiah Stanback as OCIRS controls the offensive side of things. DCBC had some success today, a couple knockdowns.
Oh, yeah.
A couple big-time plays. He couldn't stop the run, though. It's kind of like Dan Quinn. Kind of like Dan Quinn. It's kind of like that defense right now. There are some problems stopping the run, and that's what it's been.
This is true.
I wonder what Madden thinks about Dan Quinn and this defense after seeing the loss in Week 3 and what they'll look like in Week 4. Let's take a look at what Madden has in store in guys versus the game. It started off hot for the Dallas Cowboys. Michael Gallup and a touchdown up 21-7. They were absolutely cruising, but then the Patriots come right back. Not only did they make up the gap, but they had a Hunter Henry 53-yard touchdown. They go up 31-21. Lamb had a 79-yard touchdown. Getting right back in it. They were down by 3. 31-28 was the score. Dallas got the ball back, and then an incomplete pass on 4th and 10 leads to the turnover on down. So Madden chooses the Patriots in Week 4. 34-28 was the final score. Dak Prescott had an okay game, was throwing the ball around a little bit, using those wide receivers, but ultimately the defense gives up 34 points in the loss. I don't know if I could see that one happening against the Patriots this week. I'm not going to make my pick yet. I'm going to let Isaiah start this week. What do you think about this one?
I think Dallas comes back with a vengeance. I truly do. I think they have some dog dogs in this locker room. I think they have a great coaching staff. They have great personnel. I think the offensive line comes back healthy, and I think they're able to really control the trenches, even though they have a tough defensive line over there in New England.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that, Isaiah. I think Madden's tripping out here. I think that they're not going to be able to put 34 points up on a Dan Quinn defense that's going to be fired up. And they kind of let the team down last week, giving up 222 yards rushing. They're going to be fired up. You're going to have Mozzie Smith. You're going to have Odigizua. Like you said, the offensive line is going to be back. I think it's going to be a blowout. I think the Cowboys are going to win this thing with a blowout. I'm just saying.
Big time win. I'm right there with you. I don't think it'll be a blowout. I think
Okay.
the defense is really good. Low scoring game. I think the Dan Quinn defense does rebound. I'm going to say Dallas wins it 21-13. Final score 21-13, one possession game, kind of an oddity right there at the end, and only one touchdown allowed by that Dallas defense. We are going to give away a copy of Madden NFL 24 this week with our fan question. Mario from South Texas asks, what, Isaiah, do you have to do to stop Ezekiel Elliott on this defensive side? Is he really a red zone problem, and does this Cowboys offense miss them?
Well, like the great movie Space Jam said, hit him high, hit him high, hit him high, hit him low. No, you just got to get to Zeke. I think Zeke's going to be hyped up. He's going to be a little anxious. And when you're so geeked up about an opportunity, about a game, you're not worried about your cookies, okay? So he got to go ahead, make sure that you go ahead and come with the club punch and go ahead and rip at the ball, because I think that might be the way that you can get to Zeke.
You think the same thing?
I'm with you on that one. You got to hit them, but more importantly, you got to wrap up. I mean, we've seen it so much time this year where guys are just going in there with shoulders, going in there with forearms. Ezekiel Elliott, even though he's advanced in his age, he's still got balance and he's still a powerful runner. You got to wrap those legs up. People can't go anywhere without their feet, so wrap the man up.
And this is a guy who's gone against Ezekiel Elliott at some point in his career. Barry Church, Isaiah Stanback, I'm Kyle Youmans. That does it for Hit Sticks this week. We'll see you in Week 5.
Cowboys Hit Sticks, presented by Madden NFL 24, was also brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors, the official sporting goods retailer of the Dallas Cowboys, and by AT&T, official sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys.